We live. Another episode of Boss Talk, Boss building, special guest in the building. So I'm gonna turn the platform over to the host with the most, Harlem's own BossedUp Staxx.
Yeah, what's the vibes, people? I'm at work, so I'm gonna be in and out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna mute my joint. But I'm here with a special guest, man. Introduce yourself, King.
What's really kingdom? This is Lamar Brown, aka Kodak, in the building, full effect. How y'all doing?
Why you call yourself Kodak?
I got a few reasons. The first one is, my swag is impeccable, so I drip so hard. The ladies say I got the Kodak moment. You heard? The other reason, I'm a baller by nature. I hoop, and I've been knowing since an early age how when I got on the court, I always made the crowd. I do something that make the crowd go ooh, and so I named myself the Kodak moment. You know what I'm saying? I gave myself that name because that's all I affect people when it comes to the court. So that's basically the history of that.
um, well, we ain't using Kodaks no more. We using digital 2Ks, man. It's 2020.
Somebody called me. I just had a phone
Oh,
call.
okay. You heard what I just said?
No, I didn't hear you.
I said we not using Kodaks no more, man. We not using Polaroid Kodaks no more. We using digital 2Ks.
Hey, listen, I'm a classic. Some things you gotta keep as is.
Right, right. So, I see that you wearing a T-shirt. Is this one of the T-shirts of your brand?
Yes, sir. This is one of the creations of Swag Star Inc. One of the many different t-shirt ideas that I'm gonna be relaunching soon. It's one of many creations that I'm about to
What
relaunch.
what tell the people, what does the letters stand for and why does it mean so much to you?
Great, great. Well, it was a business idea that I got about around 2012. I was actually ministering to some youth. I was talking to some youth back in my hometown, and I had a conversation with one of the young girls, and she was looking at my my whole aura. I had my nice outfit on. She looked at me. And she was like, "You ain't no swag star." And when she said it, it stuck with me. And from there, I got different business ideas, the T-shirt company, the different other avenue ventures I'm gonna go through. But it was an acronym I came up with, which it has meaning behind it. The swag stands for Save with Amazing Grace. Star stands for Stay Triumphant, Always Rejoicing in the I N Seek in Christ. I'm a follower of Jesus Christ, man, and so I'm a billboard for Him and His kingdom.
What does the letters on your shirt stand for?
Oh, well, this right here is actually not an acronym. It's another word for the love of God, agape. It's the Greek meaning for love, which is God unconditional love, and that's something that I kind of represent. Ever since I got affected by the love of Christ, and so it's one of the message that I catch a lot of people. When I wear this, they ask the question, "What does that mean?" So it's the way of me speaking to people and ministering to people.
What would you do to add on to that to make it more flavorful?
What you talking about? Add on to this right here.
Right.
I got a few different other ideas where I changed the lettering, and I got a few different cartoons that I want to add to it. I got some stuff in the making that I'm working on.
Okay. Um, are you gonna give the little girl that gave you the swag star um title her 10%, or I gotta sign her to death row and beat it out of you?
Well, hey, when that time come, hey, I'll give us some of the royalties. Hey, ain't no hating in my blood. You heard?
Ain't no hate in my blood. Um, so tell the people about yourself. Like, just give them a quick rundown.
Man, it's so much to say about me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man that got many hats and many talents. But basically, simple form, I'm a real down, true guy, man. At the core of me, I'm a genuine, real man. You know what I'm saying? Um, hey, I'm a follower of Christ. I'm a hundo when it comes to Jesus Christ, and I got many testimonies to tell you why. But other than that, I'm an educated man. I graduated from Alcorn State University. I have my Bachelor of Science degree in health and physical education. I'm a man of sports. I played many different sports. I'm a family man. I'm married to the wonderful Brenda Brown. We have 5 beautiful children. Also, I'm a community man. I'm all about building up people. I'm all about being a hope and a light to people. You know, I'm a well-rounded guy.
Okay. So you said you have your bachelor's degree in what now?
Health and physical education and recreation. That's dealing with sports,
Um,
coaching it, teaching physical fitness, skill development.
so for all the fat people, they could come to you to trim down.
Tell them to come and holler at me. I get you real right.
Okay. Um, somebody just texted and said,
Hey,
let
you
them
see
know
it? You see it?
you saw Harlem Nights before.
Yes, sir.
You remember you remember when they were shooting the Tech Nines and the guy kept shooting the 22. He said, "Don't shoot that little shit no more."
Yeah. You talking about Arsenio
Yeah,
Hall?
yeah. Put that little arm away, right? You ain't eat your spinach. But so tell people where they can reach you at and how they can find you to for fitness tips.
Basically, you can find me on Instagram. You know, the
Oh,
gram is popping.
tell them your going rate.
Great. Well, you can find me on Instagram. That's Lamar C. Brown. That's capital L-A, capital M-A-R, capital C. Brown, Brown. And you also can type that in on Facebook. Well, my going rate is simple. I know we're living in hard times. I know the coronavirus has affected a lot of people. And so I do a lot of affordable deals with people. My regular work rate was $35 an hour for one session. But if you come in, I will give it to you for $20 an hour if you bring in 2 other people. You know?
Somebody just asked me to ask you, do you have any videos that they could get tips from, and how much would you charge for a virtual workout session?
Well, basically, I have some old workout sessions, but I'm actually about to put some new ones up soon. Some new up-to-date ones. And the virtual workout sessions will be the same amount. You can pay me through PayPal or Cash App if you're willing to start working out with me virtually. I will be doing that soon. Actually, my first virtual section is going to start this Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Time.
Okay. Okay.
So I can give them my Cash App now if they want to talk to me, DM
You
me,
could
direct message
you,
me. We can go from there to set it up.
you, yeah, you could give that to them at the end of this. Um, Somebody just said that. Oh, this must be somebody that know you. They said they heard that you was venturing and playing around with with rap.
Oh yeah.
You hanging on to what little bit of hip hop you got left, huh?
Hey, Kodak finna put his little hand in the pot. You know, that's something that a lot of people don't know. I used to do a lot of rapping and freestyle, like in my early 20s, when I got ready to graduate college. And I put it down for a minute, man. That's when I was basically growing more in my relationship with Christ, and he was getting me to become solid in his gospel, which I didn't know he was leading me to become a proclaimer of his gospel, but that's what happened. So that season in my life, I became more dedicated with learning about my faith and not so much the musical side. But about maybe 3 weeks ago, I began to go and listen to some beats and play around, you know what I'm saying? And I started sending like little small snippets of what I was doing to my Facebook friends, and over like 30 or 40 of them started asking me when I was gonna bring out the album. But I'm about to get in the studio real soon. I got a producer that want me to come get in the studio. So in the next week or two, I'll be going to get in the studio, see what I'm gonna cook up.
Somebody said to ask you, are you gonna be dancing along with this rap thing that you're doing?
Hey, tell him I'm the new Diddy of the Kingdom. Take that.
Okay.
Hey, tell them when the music video come out, they might see me, you know, they might see me. We give them a little 2-step or two, you know what I'm saying? Something like.
Okay.
Hey, but don't be calling me no Kurt Franklin. I don't want to hear that.
So this must be a woman. She want to know, do you have a wife or a woman or a significant other?
She must have just came on, because I just made that plain and clear. You heard? Hey, and excuse me, sir, BossedUp Staxx. You see that hand?
I see it.
Hey, I ain't put this out here to play games.
Hold on 1 second.
Swag star, swag star, swag star, swag star, swag star. Got them saying swag star. They gonna say swag star. Who you with? Swag star. Got them saying swag star. Kodak, swag star. Kodak.
You what you was gonna freestyle? Some swag star.
Nah, they ain't ready for that. They ain't ready for that. Hey, I don't freestyle, I flow with the Holy Ghost. I'm like John the Baptist, the truth I must reveal. Consider generation, the devil line trying to steal and kill. So to the East Coast, listen up. H to the Izzo, V to the Izzy. No, I tell them about the real Jehovah. Plus, I know the rock that'll rock you fellas, that'll even cause the terror squad to lean back. Jesus said the best of flesh profit nothing but the spirit is quick and the sword is shaking like them job on when Ezekiel was living. So I guess it's safe to say you leave your Harlem shaking. Huh? Huh?
That was a freestyle, or you wrote that?
That's old. That's back in the early 2000s, but it's still fresh. I ain't in no freestyle mode. I'm in writing mode now.
This is a question that you asked on Facebook that I'm gonna ask you. Why aren't relationships, marriages lasting as long as they did when our grandparents was growing up?
Oh, woof. I gotta do a live about that. I promised that I'm gonna do a live about that, and I'm gonna do that too soon. The night that I posted that, it was like about 10:30, and I got over like 100-some people respond in like 20 minutes, and it shocked me.
I was
that
one
we
of them.
live. Yeah, it shocked me that we live in a culture where we really don't value marriage, but we got a lot to say about marriage and relationship. We don't value relationships. And it shocked me. I was like, oh, this is something that needs to be brought to the table and really need to be talked about. You feel me? But it's a few reasons why our generation, as far as marriage, it is no longer valued, no longer respected, and a lot of us, it reflects how we value ourselves. You know, marriage has to do with not being selfish, but being like a servant to one another in the relationship. And nowadays we live in a self-glorifying vanity culture that when it comes to sacrificing yourself for a person, it's impossible to be in a relationship or a marriage. But back then, they had value of each other. You understand? And,
Right.
and they had more standards. They had more values. In this culture we live in nowadays, many don't have more values or more standards towards one another. Our generation, the normality for us, most of us, we call each other animals. Female this and the in this, is no value in one another. So if there's no value in you personally, it's not going to be any value in the relationship or the marriage. So our values and our perspective on marriage is so far away from what it was intended to be.
You said that you was a father. How many kids do you have?
I got five beautiful, 2 boys, 3 girls.
You had to think about that?
No, because I was thinking about my other well, they not my real kids, but it's like they like kids to me, like my kids too.
Kind of like you, my son. All right, cool. So check it. So, how do you feel as a father in today's society with the way things are going, and within the black community with the police?
Man, honestly, man, as a father, I believe men have to work together with our children. I believe that the principle of it takes a village has to be reinstilled in our culture and in our neighborhoods.
Keep talking.
And also that we need to talk. The men need to talk to the young men. A lot of men need to take the role of mentorship to these younger guys. And start policing our own neighborhoods. Start policing our own communities. If we do our job, it'll stop the police a whole lot from doing the things that they're doing. If we do our job as men. You know what I'm saying?
Right. How does it make you feel as a married man when you see that we as men aren't protecting our women, our sisters, our mothers, our nieces, our cousins?
Man, honestly, I get fierce at times. I get real angry at times, frustrated, because a lot of men complain, but at the same time, they're not taking the effort to try to seek to find the answer or be the answer to whatever the problem is. And it get angry. As a man of my caliber, it get frustrated. But also, I don't sit back and just be angry. I'm doing something about it, as you know that.
What are you doing about it?
Talking with men, spending time with men, ministering to men, counseling men, praying for men, building up men. bringing them to a place of understanding what their purpose and role is as a man in life, in society. And I've been doing it for quite some years now behind the scenes. You know that.
Behind the scenes. You good at this. So you would consider yourself like a life coach?
Nah. I don't like to get caught up in titles too much. I do take time to counsel people with their life and their life issues, but I wouldn't say I'm a life coach. I'm what Jesus said I am. I'm a fisher of men.
Okay.
Yeah. Just keep it simple like that.
Do you speak to women about the same things that you speak to men about in regard
Yes,
to
sir.
in regard to humbling themselves and allowing a man to be the leader?
Yes, sir. I'm big on that. I'm big on that. And some women get mad. Some women get fighting mad and all of that. But at the end of the day, the truth ain't never been pretty. And it's hard to swallow. But I'm not biased when it comes to the truth and the roles that men and women have to play. You know what I'm saying? But I do speak to a lot of women and I correct them in the way that they should go. You know, in order to get the results that they claim that they want. There's a way to get the results if you do it the right way. You know?
So pretty much you try to teach what's effective and ineffective, so to speak.
Yep. I remember this happened in 2000 and I think like 2006, right before I came to I moved to New York. It was this young couple that was married, and I was praying for them one day, and the husband came to me a few days after that and told me, could I pray for them? He didn't know I was already praying for him, but he came to me personally asking. And so when I began to pray with him right then and there, you know, God told me to tell him to sit down with his wife and go to his word, Ephesians chapter 5, and read it together. That was like on I think a Sunday or something like that. He came back on a Wednesday and told me that he took the advice that I gave him and he did it. And he said that they was in the process of divorcing. I didn't know this. He said, but when he came to me, they had already had the papers put together and was ready to sign the paper for divorce. But when he sat down like I had asked him to do, he said him and his wife began to read the particular patches of scriptures in Ephesians 5 that explains the role of the husband and the role of the wife, and said God began to deal with their heart and they no longer wanted to divorce and they're still married to this day. So that right there blessed me, man, that me being obedient to God to pray for them first and then tell them to go to his word concerning the issues they were dealing with in their divorce that was already in their minds final, and see that they change around, save the marriage. People want results.
Do you give advice that's unbiblical at any time?
No, that's a dangerous thing. That's a dangerous thing, bro. I know what it's like to live a life unbiblically. You keep going in circles. You think you're gonna get a different result.
Okay. Okay. What kind of advice do you have for the youth?
For the youth, seek wise counsel. Find someone that has integrity, consistency, that's older, that can be a mentor to you in the way that you're gonna go. I would also say that your life has value, no matter what the culture broadly presents or project to you. Your life has value, and you have to seek God in order to come to understand your life and its value and its purpose.
You like this jersey?
It's all right. It's all right.
Above the rim, you heard? Better handle your business.
All right, Birdie.
It's funny because that's who's on the back of the jersey.
Yeah.
I'm into the finer things in life.
I dig it. I can dig it.
Um, when do you plan on relaunching your T-shirt brand? Let's just get back to that real quick.
In about 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, I got a few people that's coming together to work with me. Matter of fact, I got a connect that's up there in New York. I'm gonna give him a call today. He reached out to me yesterday, one of my family members, and he was like, "Man, when you gonna bring back the Swag Star Inc?" I said, "Soon." He's like, "Listen, I'm supporting you. Just let me know." I said, "You know what? I got you." So it's gonna be soon. It's gonna be soon. It's gonna be soon. I got the polo shirts I'm about to get ready to start designing too. I'm actually, once I get off live with you, I'm gonna go and get this design. It's a polo shirt that I'm bringing out. You know, I got the t-shirts, but I'm bringing out the polo shirts next too. And I'm gonna be putting some stuff together, man. I got some winter clothes that I'm gonna be putting out, some jackets, some sweats. I got a few things that I got in my bag that I'm about to bring out.
You mentioned being in New York. Where in New York was you, and how did being in that particular area of New York affect your transition, the swag? Like, did it deposit any? Did it deposit anything into, you know?
Yeah. Well, when I first came, I was living in the Bronx for about like 6-7 months. Then I transitioned from the boogie down to the H-Town to the home of the hustlers and the slick talkers, and I had to get on point. You heard? Listen, Harlem taught me lesson for a lifetime, B. Hey, now that Harlem coming out of it. But I'm gonna tell you something though. It added to my aura, my feng shui. It added to it. You know, it spiced me up. Hey, and it made me see a reality of life that I didn't see in the South. It's a lot of things that I saw, man, that man, it put a reality check on me when I first touched down. And it also brought me into a greater understanding of my purpose. You know what I'm saying? And man, I wouldn't change my spirit from living in Harlem for nothing in the world. Nothing in the world.
Name some people that you met in Harlem that that you either still in contact with, once was in contact with, that that inspired you, that still inspires you.
Well, it's a few people. It's a few people. You being one. The Black Widow, Alimo. Hey, a lot of people don't know, but he became like a right-hand man to me. You know this. We spent a lot of time together, training, talking, sitting there having millions of conversations before he passed. I mean, before I moved and went back down south. But man, that dude became like this. And I know a lot of stories. Like some was joking, but I know some real truth about some people that's big out there. You know what I'm saying? I know the true story behind his whole M1 thing. Future, me and Future was close for a minute, but you know how that's a different
I asked
angle.
about Harlem.
Oh, he from the Bronx. I'm sorry, he from the Bronx. My bad.
Don't disrespect the conglomerates.
I'm my bad. I'm sorry, my bad. Who else?
You almost ruined the ratings. You almost ruined the ratings.
My bad. But it's a few people, man, that I met. in Harlem. I can't think of their names right now. It was some years since I've been away, but it's some people I met, man, that have been a blessing to my life that encouraged me to keep walking the walk that I walk.
Why? All right. So before it's 10 minutes left, when we go back and forth at the 10-minute mark, we're gonna go back and forth and we're gonna ask each other questions or
Yeah.
whatever. That's deemed for the people. You know, and betterment.
Yeah.
But tell me why the people that you mentioned are an inspiration to you or was an inspiration to you.
It goes both hand in hand. I was an inspiration to them, and at times they inspired me. It's like a two-way street. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it's supposed to be. Actually, we're supposed to inspire each other. You know what I'm saying? And just the consistency I saw in the people I named, that's a big thing with me. Consistency. You know, and from our life stories and our life adventures, we can pull the good that can inspire us to keep going and be good or be great. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, the genuine part of each individual. It wasn't no fakeness. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's dope. That's super dope.
Mm-hmm.
So ask the question that you want to ask me.
Oh man. Now you got me brainstorming. I thought I was supposed to be interviewed, not me interviewing.
I use my last 10 minutes for us to
I
kind
got
of,
you.
iron sharpens iron, right?
Yes, sir. I want to ask you this. With the pandemic going on, what do you think personally for yourself and for our culture, the things we need to focus on to survive in these moments that we're in? This moment of what's transpiring around us. What are some things that you can put out there to encourage us how to survive and how to adjust to all of this?
All right. So back in April, sometime if you go back and watch a boss up session, you'll see that I interviewed the guy that actually had the COVID. Um,
Mm-hmm.
he told different things about uh, how to beat the COVID, how to stay away from it, where it's at, and different things of that nature. I advise people to go and watch that particular interview so they could be enlightened or whatever. Um, One of the most funniest things in the world is that I have a heart problem. And oftentimes when I go see a doctor, I'll tell them everything that's wrong with me. And they'll keep me in the hospital for 4 or 5 days just to tell me what I told them on the first day because I did my research. And I've been
Yeah.
going through this for so long. So this is one of those situations where we got to do our research or whatever. And we got to become more unified. We was created to enhance each other. um you pointed out that we are inspiration to each other. I am inspired by you, and you said that you're inspired by me. Um and at the end of the day, that's how it's supposed to be. But we supposed to enhance each other. You see good qualities in somebody, you're supposed to pull those qualities out and make them better, make it stronger. You know what I'm saying? Help them use it in a more effective way. So, um, this is something that's supposed to make us more unified, and we got to get this one thing through our head, right? Our president is not for us. Our president does not make decisions or none of that. It's the senators that make decisions. So I'm not telling nobody not to vote for a president, but I will tell people vote for more senators. Don't vote for a black president because they black. Don't vote for black senates. Senators make decisions. So vote to get more black senators in office. That's my advice about that. Um, in this hateful world, what do you see that is necessary for us to conquer the hate? Oh, give a biblical reference and give a regular one.
Oh, no doubt. Since you put it that way, since you put it that way, hold
My
on, I
boy,
was looking for my
he got T-shirts, he got CDs, DVDs. You like, you know, you've been to Harlem. You like the African dude on
Hey,
125th. You like the African dude on 125th.
say it again. What you say?
I said, you like the African dude on 125th. You came prepared. You got CDs, DVDs, batteries, headphones. You got everything. You prepared.
Hey, I'm a very multi-talented guy, bro. Well-rounded. I'm spiritual, educated, athletic. Hey, but this is what I want to say biblically. This is what I want to say biblically. I'm looking up the particular scripture right quick. It's gonna be two of them. Romans 12, verse 21. It says, be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. So if you see the hate, you overcome the hate by love. But you can't overcome the hate if you don't know God, because God is love. And he gives you the will and the ability to overcome hate. A lot of people don't know God, bro. They know a God, but they don't know God. And this is something that I had to learn personally. So I'm not just talking at the side of my neck. I'm talking from experience and application, right? And from just a natural standpoint. I'm sorry, just got another phone call. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, somebody just called me again. The last thing is something so simple, but yeah, it takes humility to do it. If you have no humility, you can't overcome hate. You can't overcome evil without humility. Doing to others as you would have others doing to you. If you want someone to respect you, to love you, to treat you right, then do that to others. Integrity. Simple things to overcome hate. Choose not to be in pride. It'll solve a whole lot of issues of hate, bro.
It's funny. I thought you was gonna say love. Love covers a multitude of sin, but you kind of summed it up by saying what you said anyway.
Yeah, but see, that love covers a multitude of sin. A lot of people get twisted with what that means.
What's your question for me?
How would you implement a financial plan with what's going on financially in our nation? There are millions of people who don't have jobs, or they're losing jobs. Jobs are shutting down. How are they going to survive, or how can we come up with an implemented plan to help our people in our communities?
Well, the way the way to do that is um, we got to become more unified, and we gotta go into ownership amongst each other. The more that we own amongst each other, the more that we won't need to go to anyone else for employment.
You see this?
Why are you
This
showing me
is a
that and you asking me a question?
no, but it's a reason why I'm acting like that and why I'm saying this. You know where this was birthed at and where it became a reality at?
I'm listening.
When I was in Harlem. When I was in Harlem and I used to go to different stores and I used to look in the neighborhoods and I saw how that many of us didn't have ownership in the grocery stores, didn't have ownership in the clothing stores, but we live in those neighborhoods. It grieved me to see that the other cultures was having ownership and working together, but we wasn't. You see what I'm saying? And so at that moment, I began to ask questions. I'm like, what if these other cultures was to pull a strike on us? How will we survive when we don't own nothing? When they have the ownership over what we need? You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
so let me express this to you, right? Um, and then I want you to give all your information and a few shout outs because I gotta wrap it up.
I got you.
Um, I'm gonna mute this real quick because this train is loud. So the further you go in Midtown, away from Harlem, away from the Bronx, you start to notice that there was no check cashing places, there was no liquor stores, there was none of these different things in these places. But
Say it
in our
again.
neighborhood, and and
It froze up for a second.
and our communities and our neighborhoods, they have a lot of liquor stores and they have a lot of check cashing places or whatever. The further away from our neighborhood that you go in Midtown, 42nd Street, 34th Street, these particular areas, you see that they have um, they have banks and not check cashing places, right? They have wine shops and not liquor stores or whatever. But in our community, they give us liquor stores. So it's like cash your check and then go poison yourself, right? And we embrace that. We embrace everything that they offer us in that regard, right? And we don't offer ourselves anything. We don't offer each other anything or whatever, right? We would we would rather. I'm about to put up a post that in a few minutes that says, if your friend is selling water for $1, you'll go to another person that you don't know and spend $3 with that person for the same water because your friend didn't give you a discount, right? And that is something that shows a lack of leadership. I mean, a lack of unity. So with things like that amongst our community, it's the reason for all of the reason why we don't own the properties in our community or whatnot. I guess he must have the log off. I will make sure that I post he will post his cash app on Facebook. Um, Once again, his name is Lamar C. Brown on Instagram and Lamar Brown on Facebook. If you're looking to work out, if you're looking to if you're looking to work out, if you're looking to get a shirt made, if you're looking for some swag, if you're looking for some prayers, if you're looking for uh oh, All right, I'll let him speak for himself. Give your Cash App, give your Facebook, give your Instagram. You got,
Oh, I ain't
you
gonna
got,
have
you got 1 minute to do it.
Cash App. PayPal is the same. It's Swag Star Inc. The number 1. Capital S WAG capital STAR capital INC. The number 1. That's the Cash App or the PayPal. They're the same. That's my company. Also, Facebook and Instagram is Lamar, capital LA, capital MAR, capital C. Brown. Also, you got any more questions? You can direct message me if you want to become a partnership or investor of the Swag Star Inc. because it is a corporation, and there are many other businesses and people that I'm looking for to join with me to establish business in our neighborhoods, in our own culture and family.
Give a few shout outs real quick.
Shout out to all of Harlem, to my Harlem peeps. Shout out to my real followers that believe and know that I'm 100. Shout out to those who doubt me. Everybody get the love. But hey, stay active and follow me and watch the work that I do from the South to the East Coast to the West Coast to the North. And thank you for coming to listening in today.
At any particular moment, if whether you enjoyed it or don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button and leave your comments. If it's something that we could do better on this Boss Talk session, please give feedback. And once again,
Also, I want to ask you to follow me. I have a YouTube page as well. It haven't been active, but I'm gonna start being more active. Follow me at YouTube. Go and subscribe. Lamar C. Brown. That's capital LA, capital MAR, capital C. Brown. I need to get my subscribers up. I need to get like 500 subscribers at least.
you sound like TD Jakes.
Listen.
Yo, listen, I love you though, man. I appreciate having you. Promote your interview and tell people to check it out, man. Have a good day.
I got you, bro.
All
right, love you.
Yeah. Now we gonna tell them that in front. We tell them like this, yo. I'm an African. I'm an African. I'm an African. I'm an African. Yeah, y'all like that? No more. This man's mind is open. I'm an African. I'm an African. I'm an African. I'm a. Let's get back to the gritty.
And that motive is best developed by recognizing the common enemy.